know what letter that is, Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This is indeed a
Hey, Froggy.
All right. Welcome to the Patriot Hour. Sunday evening, December 16th, folks. Got an article here. Interesting. It's off the Vote website, The Great Awakening. And we're going to jump right into this article here, so I'm even back. Again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We love all the patriots, some of the greatest patriots around the world, folks. All right, again, a lot of encouraging words. I'm fine, folks. I'm just disappointed with some of the people out there still sleeping. Probably not most of you. Just just in general, all right? As many of positive, great comments will come, the one or two or even personal friends in your life, they can upset you sometimes. And it's not that I'm discouraged. I'm just trying to make sure you guys are, staying encouraged and seeing what I see. And again, it's hard sometimes to get everything out. I go back sometimes and we'll watch a section of my video and I forgot to go into this whole other spot that I wanted to, and then by the time the next video comes out, I forget. So it's a constant battle. All right, so here we are, The Great Awakening, Sheep No More. This is an article by God's Angel 4.5 hours ago. A mysterious QAnon message from Air Force One solved with shocking U.S. Justice Department document release. Q0 equals countdown has begun. So we'll go through this here. Operators are active, 2564. Q post. We got that came on the 7th of December at 9:40. And then we got operators on standby, Q plus, Q0. And then 2564, 2565. Scot free, where we go one, we go all. The Q0 equals Q plus. At what point do they wake up? Mysterious QAnon message from Air Force One solved with shocking U.S. Justice Department document release. Q0 means the countdown has begun. All right, now before we begin, I'm just reading this. Of course, I just read it, and I was like, wow, let me share this. You guys keep an open mind. Tomorrow is this date, and I am not big on dates, but this is what this article says, and I found it interesting, again, with some of the connections. So, what countdown, right? Q0 means the countdown has begun, December 7th being day 0. What countdown? Folks, it has to be the countdown to the roundup. Got a YouTube link here. We'll click that in a minute. If this decoding is correct, then guess what today is? December 16th is day 9. You know what that means? Tons of question marks. That means tomorrow, December 17th, will be day 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition 0. Oh, now I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. December 7th, the day that will live in infamy, Pearl Harbor Day, was a day when Trump received the treasonous stroke page text messages showing detailed plans to remove Trump from office, including, I would imagine, the deadly text messages calling for an assassination attempts on Trump as well. Trump received these text messages from Horowitz on December 7th, and that is why Air Force One switched the call signs from AF1 to Q0 on December 7th, which started the countdown. Also, remember Q asking us, what do you want for Christmas? Here is an analysis. The continued and unexplained silence by the U.S. Secretary of Defense James Mad Dog Mattis in the Pentagon, and the mystery of why Air Force One flight carrying President Trump inexplicably changed its call sign from Q0 on 7 December was revealed during the dead of night on Friday, 14th December, when the U.S. Department of Justice Office of the Inspector General, OIG, released document titled Report of Investigation Recovery of Text Messages from certain FBI mobile devices. Note, holders of U.S. security clearances can view this document as all classified information in it has been redacted, wherein Inspector General of the Department of Justice Michael E. Horowitz triumphantly proclaimed that his experts had recovered tens of thousands of text messages from the phones of disgraced and fired Trump coup plotters Peter Strzok and Lisa Page that the special counsel Robert Mueller had previously ordered destroyed. On December 7th, President Trump departed Joint Base Andrews, JBA, outside of Washington, D.C., aboard his presidential VC-25A aircraft en route to Kansas City, Missouri, where he delivered a speech to a national conference of law enforcement officials. But while this flight was nearing an altitude of nearly 2,600 feet over the state of West Virginia, saw it mysteriously change its air traffic control call sign from AF1, Air Force One, to Q0. And that is continued using, and that has been continued using it until it reached its destination, and whose intention for doing so unmistakably was a signal reference to the secret U.S. military intelligence organization known as QAnon, whom Russian intelligence analysts have identified as being led by Commander of All American Military Forces, General Mark Milley. Analysis of why Air Force One changed its air traffic call sign to Q0 on 7 December shows a consensus belief that the letter Q is a direct reference to QAnon, with the number 0 designating that some type of countdown had begun and whose starting point was day 0. An analysis confirmed barely 24 hours later on December 8th when U.S. military warplanes flooded the night skies of America, and again on December 10th when a U.S. military aircraft designated to transport high valuable prisoners performed a night combat maneuver to disappear itself from the radar tracking. So it went dead in the water. I've done that many a times. I'll drink a beer to this. All right. So it disappeared. It went dead in the water. All actions that Security Council had previously identified this past week as being indicators that President Trump is preparing to declare a national emergency and impose martial law on the United States. Nearly a full year before the 2016 U.S. president election that saw him being shockingly swept into power. Then New York City multi-billionaire real estate oligarch Donald Trump began sending out an avalanche of tweets describing the United States as nearing rebellion and civil war. And a group of generals told Corsi that Trump had been recruited by a mysterious and secretive U.S. military intelligence unit called QAnon to run in the 2016 presidential election, help them remove from power corrupt deep state officials. Fighting back against President Trump once he took power, however, deep state leader Hillary Clinton began a coup of her own against him using a fabricated document called the Russia-Trump dossier, whose creator, British MI16 operative Christopher Steele, just admitted under oath in a British court that he was paid by Clinton to make up these lies so she could use them as a means to contest her election loss to Trump. Despite the Trump-Russia dossier being known and now conclusively proven to be not even be worth the paper it was written on, nevertheless, it was the weapon the deep state gave to special counsel Robert Mueller to begin the coup against President Trump, and whose outrageous use of against General Michael Flynn in a particular saw this past week the national recognized top American legal scholar Jonathan Turley horrifically describing Mueller's actions against Flynn as it was a canned hunt. They put him in a cage and shot him. Refusing to be caged and shot by special counsel Mueller through Inspector General Horowitz, who after this past Friday evening near total redacted release by the FBI of the document used to brief Trump on the made-up Hillary Clinton Christopher Steele dossier, countered by releasing his barely redacted official document entitled Report of Investigation, Recovery of the Text Messages from Certain FBI Mobile Devices. We're almost done here. Inspector General Horowitz exhaustively details how special counsel Mueller ordered the destruction of tens of thousands of text messages sent from the phone of the FBI counterintelligence chief Peter Strzok and disappeared the phone of the top lawyer Lisa Page, so her text messages could never be found and read, both whom are now known as the FBI lovebirds, whose text messages between each other lay bare nearly the entire deep state coup plot against President Trump. But all of whose text messages Mueller tried to destroy and hide in order to keep his witch hunt against Trump alive, Horowitz and his experts retrieve some of the most important of them being thousands of text messages between Strzok and Peter. And Horowitz didn't gain possession until September of this year, so 2018. The experts estimate it would take him 2 to 3 months to fully document them, categorize, and analyze. Or put more simply, around the early part of December, the exact time that he met with Trump, Air Force One changed this air traffic control sign to Q0. So what was this first, folks? Let's see what this says here. Okay, so it's a rawhide opening theme. All right, so folks, is this all true? I can't verify it. Do we want it to be true? Of course. Now, think about it, Trump's been calling it fake news. They have not reported on anything that we think to be true, which is Hillary and the Russia collusion. Everything's a projection on Trump. I believe in all that. I see it. I've read a lot. Maybe that's just my tainted view. But somebody's going to be dead or hung at the end of this. And Trump, if you think about it, all his texts, fake media. He just got done tweeting again, folks, about it's unfortunate. I'll get it up. Trump tweet. It's unfortunate, he said. Very sad. Make sure this is updated. Michael Cohen. It was just talking about the courts or the news, the media. Right here, wow, 19,000 texts between Lisa Page and her lover, Peter Strzok of the FBI in charge of the Russia hoax. We just reported as being wiped clean and gone. Such a big story that will never be covered by the fake news. And then this one right here. Never in history of our country has the press been more dishonest than it is today. Stories that should be good or bad. Stories that should be bad or horrible. Many stories like with the real story on Russia, Clinton, and the DNC seldom get reported. So Trump, if this all goes down, has the media been fake? Has it been a psyop? Has it been wrong? So yes, if there's only 3 places to be at this point, the people that still hoping that Trump gets impeached and there's some kind of Russia thing. We're 2 years, they have nothing. And then you can be, over here on the Q. And if you're not on that, then you could be in this other spot where I was. That's where I was before the Q thing. I was in this other spot. Wasn't following the mainstream. I was here. And then you got this story. So there's this, and then this research thing in the middle, which, So, folks, we are, I just wanted to bring this to you. What do you think? Leave the comments down below. QAnon. Good little breakdown. Some interesting theories, but tomorrow's the 17th. We will know. We don't have to wait long. It's not like, hey, this is a month from now. And this actually puts everything starting in this year, which we are hoping. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. Again, I'm Mike. This is a Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed each and every one of you. Again, think for yourself, do for yourself. Here's the link. I'm going to leave it down below. Read it over and over. Do your research on it as much as you can before tomorrow. And again, folks, I thought this was an interesting read. All right, you guys have a great Monday. Hopefully we do. See you back here real soon. Have a great evening.